What's going on, Wacky Cat? We all see the ratings, and there was a lot of controversy with how some of these superstars was being rated. Even the superstars themselves, a lot of them was like, are you kidding me? I'm rated this low? And there was a few of them that was said, they like their ratings. For the most part, majority of them have been rated in their eyes as kind of disrespectful. Now, I try to make sense of this because I try to make sense of stuff that don't make sense, that appears not to make sense. But I think I've made sense of why these superstars have been rated the way they've been rated. Before we continue the video, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and click that notification bell. Let's get to the road of 2,000 subscribers. Let's go. So follow me. Pay attention to what I'm about to say. First of all, we have to understand something. NBA 2K, the NBA players are rated, and all this what I'm about to say may not be fact. Everything I'm about to say is my speculation and my opinion. Disclaimer. Everything I'm about to say. The NBA superstars are rated more accurately on their athletic ability. But the WWE superstars is a little bit more different. I believe they're being rated on some of their genuine personal athletic ability, but there may be a higher percentage of what they're being rated on how they're being written in the story, how they're being booked on the wrestling match. And for those of y'all don't know, these superstars are athletes, but the wrestling is predetermined matches. They got writers that actually write who wins, who loses. If you didn't know, I mean, everybody knows that by now. So, and a certain percentage of how popular that superstar is at that current time. Now, here's the disconnect that I think some of us fans, a lot of us fans, and even the superstars are having with WWE 2K giving them this rating. I believe what's happening here is that 2K, the person or people or team that is deciding how they rate this superstar, is going strictly off, and this is really important, they're going strictly off what they did in that 1 year. So in 2023, 2K 2023, they're judging that superstar on what they did all of 2022. So they're not judging them on what they did in 2021 or 2020 or 2015 or 2018. They're laser and focus on what they did that particular year before. What the WWE superstars are getting upset about, and I believe that some of them honestly are feeling disrespected, and it's hard not to distinguish what's happening here in their mind, I believe, and the fans' mind. But as the WWE superstars, I understand they grind, they work hard. I mean, they do stuff behind the scenes that we couldn't even imagine. So it's a lot of dedication that goes into what they're doing. But I believe the WWE superstars, when they see their rating of what they got rated, they're looking at their entire legacy. They're not really particularly looking at what they did just 2022. They're looking at their entire legacy of what I did 5 years ago, what I did 2 years ago, what I did 3 years ago. And that's where the disconnect, I believe, is happening. But 2K, from what they do with their NBA games, they rate their wrestlers or NBA superstars or golf players or whatever game they got on that following year. I mean, the last year. So keep that in mind. My first WWE superstar that may have got the most controversy on their ratings, so much to the point that the WWE superstar kind of did get upset. It's their character too. Austin Theory. Austin Theory, the United States champion, the current United States champion, is rated at an 82. He thought it was low. A lot of the fans thought it was low. And initially, I thought it was very low for the United States champion to have it 82. But let's look at this in a bigger microscope here. Current Austin Theories is a new Austin Theories from 2022. The last 3 or 4 months, Austin Theories has been booked different. in my opinion, he's more now a fighting champion. He's more of a real deal champion that actually have good matches and actually fights back and actually win matches straight up and down. Now, no slight to Austin Theory. I'm an Austin Theory fan, but let's be honest of how he's been booked in 2022, especially early 22, mid 2022. Despite him having the United States Championship off and on in 2022, the matches he's been getting dominated. So the wrestlers that he wrestled with have been beating him up. He's been getting thrown around like a rag doll. It's almost as like they have booked him to be, as weird as this sound, as in 2022 now, they booked him as a jobber champion. Because some of the matches he had as the United States champion, he was getting, as the way he was booked, he was getting his tail whooped. Bobby Lashley was fighting him for the United States champion. He was getting tossed around like a rag doll, being cowardly and around the ring and running around the ring like a coward. That's how they booked him. Remember that now. So I think that has something to do with his rating. So despite Austin Theory's winning the Money in the Bank, winning multiple United States championships, he was almost booked if he was luckily winning these matches, like by luck, or by he wasn't winning these matches fairly. He was somehow getting lucky. That's how he'd been booked. He wasn't really beating the wrestler fair and square to win the United States Championship or to win the Money in the Bank. As crazy as that sound, and it still may not make any sense, but I'm trying to make sense of all of this about why he's been rated so low. He wasn't really, that's how he was booked. Okay. So again, I'm an Austin Theory's fan. I really like Austin Theory. He's going to be a huge superstar. He's going in the right direction. I like how they're being hot for the last 3 months, how they've been booking him now. Rumors is he's going to fight John Cena. Hopefully John Cena will, hopefully he'll beat John Cena, and that will boost him up way high. Listen, I think Austin Theory, in all honesty, is going to be a real big superstar. He got the promo. He's real young. Yeah, I think the way he was booking him was like a weak superstar, but now I think he's going to be shot to the moon. And I'm about to give the 2K developers, whoever in charge of this rating, a compliment. They must look at this rating in a real deep way. And they probably do a lot of research into determining what these superstars are rated. Again, I must make this note. I made it in previous videos. The legends are the only, in my mind, the only superstars that their rating represents their entire legacy. The current superstars that's still wrestling in the product, that just represents the previous year. It doesn't represent their legacy. But like I said before, Austin Theory's for the last 3 months, 3 or 4 months, he's been booked correctly. I like the way the direction he's going, and I'm predicting that in 2K24, his rating will go up. He will be a 90, at least a 90 in 2024, because they're booking the way they're booking him. They're not booking him like a cowardly. He's actually having good matches. He's beating the competition, and he always had, despite me calling the way he had him booked, running around getting beat up in 2022, he always had that promo. He always had the confidence. So yeah, so expect Austin Theory to be in the 90s, at least be a 90 in 2024, 2K24. Our next controversial rating here is none other than Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is rated a 91. Bobby Lashley, he was trying to hold his composure, but he was a little, a lot of these superstars was upset about their rating. So let's go back on Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley is one of the most dominant, as he's being booked, dominant wrestlers in the whole company. He's going toe to toe to Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar is probably rated high. But what did he do in 2022? That's what it's going off. Not what he did the last 2 or 3 months. They're going off what he did in 2022. And we're going to have to be honest here. Despite him being dominant, and so this is like a polar opposite almost of Austin Theory. Despite Bobby Lashley being dominant, the way he was booked of 2022, he didn't get anything accomplished. So he was just beating the crap out of people, but he wasn't running titles. He wasn't winning championships. He was just in the mix with the United States Championship. And he was constantly getting outsmarted somehow, some way, either by luck or by, being outsmarted by Austin Theory. Going back and forth, between him, Seth Rollins, all three of them in the United States champion mix in 2022, he was kind of like, he was dominating everybody, but he somehow lost the matches. He would lose the matches. He would get outsmarted. Now he's being booked as a stronger guy the last 3 months. Now you can see he's going against Brock Lesnar. And even though he was in the match that he had in 2022 with Brock Lesnar, I believe the Royal Rumble, he was dominating Brock Lesnar, but somehow Brock Lesnar outsmarted him and beat him. So that equivalates to what his rating is. Now, listen, anybody that can get through the 90 mark is doing good. It appears that 2K, to me, is doing more accurate rating and more research in their ratings, despite if you believe the ratings are lower or higher on that superstar. And now I can tell now that it looks like to become a 90 rated superstar, you have to do a lot of work. It's harder now than ever before, it seems, to get in the 90 range. But yeah, I expect Bobby Lashley as well in 2K24, the next installment, 2K24, to be a higher rated, maybe 93, 90, still in the 90s. But because, I think they're going to book him more. But for the most part, the 2022 dominant, booked as a dominant force, but wasn't really winning, wasn't really winning matches. Now listen, what I'm saying, it may be far-fetched to some of you, like, no, that's ridiculous. What are you saying? That they don't look at it like that. But to try to make sense of this, I'm just pointing these subtle things out that may not matter to some of y'all. I'm pointing these indifferent things that you may feel that are indifferent. I'm just pointing them out to try to simply make sense of why some of these superstars got lower ratings than we expected. That's all. And I could be completely wrong. All of these are just my speculations and theories. So, hey. So our next controversial superstar, and this controversy is a good controversy and well-deserved. Becky Lynch is a 96. She is the highest rated women's superstar, from my understanding, in 2K history. 96. Becky Lynch deserves a 96. 2K in 2022, she was going back and forth with Bianca Belair, another high superstar. She got a 95, well-deserved. Both of these female athletes deserve their rating. Becky Lynch deserves hers. Between Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair, and Bianca Belair is coming, she's going to be along with that group. They are, in my opinion, the Stone Cold and the Rock of the women division of history. In history, Becky Lynch and Charlotte Flair. So when they get a higher rating like that, I'm not surprised at all. They've been the most consistently on top female superstars in WWE history. Not just in their period of being in history. They've been so consistent. And Bianca Belair, if she keeps doing what she's doing, holding the title for a year, almost a year, maybe over a year, and constantly having a belt, next year she's gonna be in that group as a Stone Cold Rock type figure, legendary figure already. And I would mention somebody else, but they left the company. They could have been mentioned in that legendary group too. But anyway, this is a controversy. This controversy is a good controversy. It's not really the Superstar was proud and happy they got this rating, and they deserved the rating. So this controversy rating is a more of a wow. They gave them this. They deserve it. And Charlotte Flair got a 95 as well, if I'm not mistaken. She well deserved. Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Charlotte Flair are the Stone Cold, Undertaker, Rock of the current product of women's wrestling. No doubt about it. They deserve it. It's really not much to talk about there. I mean, their work, all their work speaks for themselves. Now, I'm not going to go over every superstar. This is going to be my last superstar of my last two superstars that may have got a controversial rating. But a lot of people accepted it, and a lot of people agreed with it after a while. Jimmy and Jay Uso. Jay has a rated 90 rating. Jimmy has a 89. Okay, this is really spectacular here, and it points out a major thing that may not have been obvious. First of all, they're the undisputed tag team champions, and they had the belts for a very long time. But it also points out that Roman Reigns' bloodline is an actual faction. It's an actual team. Because I don't know if a lot of you may realize this, a lot of champions in the past, and I'm talking about WWE champions, a lot of champions have had quote unquote flunkies, meaning they have had henchmen to help them keep the title, and that's all they did in the group, was to help the champion keep the title. So this points out that Jimmy and Jay, and none of us really needed this to point it out, but it makes it more apparent, like obvious now, that Jimmy and Jay are not flunkies at no sense of the imagination. They are actual two heavyweight wrestlers that can actually win top titles on their own. They're not flunkies to help Roman Reigns win the championship. No, they're more than that. They're powerful superstars. They're top superstars. And this is a perfect rating, and I'm glad Jimmy and Jay have these high ratings, because it points out this factor that the bloodline is an actual unit of strong WWE superstars. It's not just Roman Reigns, this big longest reigning champion, and these little guys underneath him helping him win the championship. No, everyone on that team bloodline are legitimate top superstars. And you know, a lot of us didn't really need this rating to prove that, but it does makes it more apparent. Anyway, some of you may agree with what I said, some of you may not agree. It's just all my opinion. It's just trying to make sense of these ratings, because initially a lot of them really didn't make sense. A few other wrestlers of me making this video have been revealed. Their ratings have been revealed. Seth Rollins is a 92. Seth Rollins, by the way, there was a YouTuber that interviewed Seth Rollins after he heard his reveal. Now, Seth Rollins couldn't tell that YouTuber what he was rated, but he said he wasn't happy. Seth Rollins said he wasn't happy. He deserved, I think he wanted to be higher, but a 92 is respectable for Seth Rollins. Again, this is what he did in 2022, and most of 2022 he was feuding with Cody Rhodes, and he was in the United States champion mix with Bobby Lashley and Austin Theory. So a 92 is a respectable for these superstars. And do I believe that some of these superstars could have gotten higher ratings? Of course, but trying to make sense of it, they gave them that possibly because of some of the stuff I've said. And Roman Reigns haven't got his rating yet. And some of, we speculate, a lot of people saying he's a 98 or 99. But now here's the thing. Now here's the one thing I will say: they don't have the ratings right. And I have to, in my opinion. And they never get it right. Now they have got it more right than ever before, though. Some of the legends are more rated accurately than ever before than any other 2K game, except, and this is Hollywood Hogan. Not Hollywood Hogan. I'm sorry. Hulk Hogan, Hulkamadian Hulk Hogan. He's rated as a 94. There's no way in the world, if you like Hulk Hogan, I'm keeping it real. If you like Hulk Hogan or you don't like Hulk Hogan, if you're going by his legacy rating, there's no way in the world that Hulk Hogan is not at least a 98 or a 97 rated wrestler. Do you know what Hulk Hogan, a lot of us whippersnappers may not realize this, and I was, a whippersnapper, with a baby when he was on top. The guy changed wrestling. There's no way in the world that you give Hulk Hogan a 94 rated. You give him a 98, even possibly a 99. He was the biggest star of his time. I'm not going to compare him to anybody, but he was probably one of the most biggest superstars in WWE history. So for the most part, yeah, I don't know what they're going off with the legends, but some of these legends do deserve to be higher rated. But hey, it is what it is. Like I said before, just go change it. And obviously, I'm going to go be changing. Despite all the stuff I'm saying here, despite everything I'm saying, I'm still going to be going into the settings and changing these superstars' ratings. I'm going to be changing Austin Theory's rating higher. I'm going to be changing Bobby Lashley's rated higher. Seth Rollins, he's going to be rated higher when I fix all the settings. Becky Lynch, Bianca, Charlotte Flair, I'm going to keep them the same. That's probably the most accurate rating I've ever seen, in my mind. So yeah, we got a lot of work to do, guys, because a lot of us don't agree with these ratings. But hey, I made this video just try to make some sense of it, or maybe some explanation to why some of these guys was rated the way they were. Well, anyway, that's it for this video. I'm Wacky Cat. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe to this channel for more wrestling videos and more videos I decide to make of other gadgets or whatever. But anyway, Wacky Cat, and I'm out.